Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is once again everybody's favorite game show, Tuesday night open mic on Driving to the Top Productions. I am Big Rich. To my right on your screen, it is our vacationing guy popping in on us from his hotel room. There's Dylan over there. And down on the bottom, Ken the Bear fan hanging out with us. Adam will be with us here shortly. He literally got home from work about 3 minutes ago. So we'll talk to him here in just a little while. Of course, one of the big topics is the MLB trade deadline coming right around the corner. Teams are reporting to NFL training camps, which is good news, I know, for all of us here anyway. Because we know we've got Hall of Fame game coming up shortly, preseason starting, and then, of course, the kickoff in about 6 weeks. So, it's going to be wall to wall football for quite a while. I think I saw that there's a stretch from October, I think it is, through 1st of December that it's like 59 consecutive games that there is either a Division One or NFL football game on television. So you take that for whatever it's worth.
Send us out someplace. I'm sorry. No, it's gonna be busy. I mean, I like it. We're getting that time of year. So yeah, good stuff. I love that we're back to football season. And speaking of which, we're being sent to Bears, Chicago Bears X on X. There we go.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, as we're getting ready for training camps,
yep.
I don't understand why this is a story. It should be a surprise to absolutely nobody. But this came out this morning, or this afternoon, excuse me. Las Vegas Raiders head coach Clint Kubiak announced Tuesday that four-time Pro Bowl selection Kirk Cousins will be the starting quarterback over first overall pick Fernando Mendoza to begin training camp. Quote, when we go out to practice on Wednesday, Kirk Cousins is the starting quarterback. He's the guy, and he deserves it because he's played really good football. But I want Fernando and Aiden O'Connell to push him. Was anybody shocked that Cousins was going to be the starter walking into training camp?
Nope.
You
really?
are?
You were?
You shocked about this, Dylan?
Why?
What's up, Marcus?
I'm telling you this, Fernando Mendoza is the smartest NFL quarterback I can remember. This guy graduated with business degrees from California and Indiana. I know Gary Kubiak's system is complex, but Mendoza could pick up the system in about 5 seconds. And what we saw with Kirk Cousins in Atlanta, Kirk Cousins in Atlanta is not Kirk Cousins in Washington, Minnesota.
I mean, being smart has nothing to do with it. There have been a lot of really smart guys who have not been great quarterbacks. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't see this coming because everyone else in the NFL world did. I mean, heck, even on the morning show, Joe, who's a regular, diehard Raiders fan, he'll tell you every Raiders fan out there, to include all the Raiders fans on the now infamous subreddit, Raiders subreddit's huge. They've all said that Cousins is going to be the starter, and the only way Mendoza should see the field would be trash time in a game, because you can, or injury. Otherwise, he shouldn't see the field at all this year. So this is no surprise to Raider fans.
To me, it seems like it should be that way with 99% of rookie quarterbacks. Unless there's an injury or you just have absolutely nobody ahead of them that's worth learning off of, or you're in a blowout, the rookie should never see the field. Give him a chance to get acclimated to the game, get him used to the systems, how the week goes, how a professional handles themselves, because the week of college and the week of an NFL team is completely different. And they've got to learn that stuff too, on top of the system, on top of the playbook. That's tough, man.
Like, look at Jordan Love. He spent 3 years on the bench before he came in, and people would say he's probably a top 10 quarterback. But then you look at the Caleb Williams draft class. They're all playing exceptionally good ball, but they were all in situations. Jaden Daniels, well, we'll see. Books out on him. Let's see what year 3 is like after the year 2 injury year. But he looks like he's going to be good. Caleb has been getting better and better as we go. Drake May just took his team to a Super Bowl. Bo Nix looked really good until the ankle injury. I mean, but situationally, they didn't have that situation where they could sit where they're behind a star. Now you look at this year's draft. You got Ty. He's going to sit behind Stafford for a good year or two. Mendoza's going to sit for a good year or two behind Kirk. I think that's good for them. I mean, look, yes, you can throw them in from the get-go, and yes, they can succeed, but more fail than succeed over the overall numbers. Like that draft class has got a little asterisk next to it because they're a above average draft class.
And the one thing that I was looking at too is I saw and I was listening to Cleveland radio, and Cleveland is walking in this season, like it or not, with Deshaun Watson as the number 1 guy and Shador being number 2. Anybody that's listened to this show for 5 minutes knows what I think of Shador Sanders. But I don't think that he got put in the situation, A, because there was nobody in front of him, and B, because guys got hurt. I don't think Shador Sanders is that good of a quarterback either. Talent-wise, Deshaun Watson should walk in as the starter. But that's a whole kind of creepy, different way of doing things. The quarterback situation in Cleveland has taken a whole different step and a whole different weird level, don't you think?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
that's the situation too. Deshaun Watson, he may be the starter in name only, but as camp goes on, he may lose that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Shador Sanders isn't all that, but I don't know. God, what a jacked up situation Cleveland is at quarterback. It's almost it's not as bad as say Minnesota's situation, but because I think Minnesota's situation, I don't know, maybe they're equally as bad. Deshaun Watson, dude, he could be good. He can be good. We saw that with the Texans. He can be really good. The question is going to be, is he good enough to play 17 games in Cleveland this year? Can he stay healthy? Because that's been part of it since the suspension. Or has basically, the 3 years of not playing since signing that contract taken its toll, where he's now a fat, pudgy man running around the field with no arm?
Well, let me run this past both of you guys, and I want to know what you think. Is it conceivable to say right now at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern on July the 28th that there is no question that the Jets, the Jets, the Saints, and I am putting the Saints in there, the Cardinals are the 3 worst teams in football, and the Browns, the 4 worst teams in football?
I think the Saints win. I think the Saints win the NFC South this year. You're forgetting the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, what about the Dolphins, dude?
Well, I did forget the Dolphins were my 5th. I was thinking top 5, and I forgot who my 5th one was. The 5th one's Miami. So Miami, the Jets, Cleveland, the Saints, and Arizona.
Look, the Jets.
Who, by the way,
bad.
said
I don't know how bad the Jets are with Geno, but the Jets will probably be bad. Miami, they won 7 games last year, but they got rid of so much crap on offense. You brought in a career backup to kind of bridge you. I think they're number 1 pick. But here's the thing with Arizona, with Brissett. They were better with Brissett, and look at congratulations to Brissett for getting the pay raise and for Arizona for doing the right thing because they had the cap space. He deserved the extra 10 to almost 15 mil with incentives this year. With Brissett, they were hard out last year. They were not an easy team to beat. And you know what, to be honest, the Saints weren't an easy team to beat last year either. Those were 2 hard outs for a lot of teams. I remember the Packers had to go to overtime on Arizona. Arizona's not an easy team to beat. Neither is the Saints. I don't know if they filter into the worst 5. You forgot the Raiders. What about their lack of offense? I hate to say it,
I think the Raiders will be better because of Cousins at quarterback. But here's my other thing. Did you hear this one, ladies and gentlemen? The Cardinals, let's go back to draft day. the number 4 overall pick. With the 4th pick, the Arizona Cardinals select Jeremiah Love, running back, Notre Dame. Okay?
Yep.
He was informed today that he is not number 1 on the depth chart.
Who is? What was that now?
Conner is number 1. James Conner.
There you go, James Conner. So that makes sense.
And Tyler Algier is number 2.
But see, that also kind of makes sense for a rookie. Look at, take your quarterback argument, apply it to the running back. It kind of makes sense. Now, can you move up the depth chart? I mean, through camp? Sure, he can. But I mean, Connor makes sense. Algier makes sense. If he comes up the depth chart, and let's face it, man, you're going to use all 3 running backs throughout the season.
But if you had, they knew they had Connor and Algier.
Right.
There was no necessity to draft a running back.
Well,
and then you draft a running back at 4 and pass on all those talented defensive players and O-linemen that they need so bad. And then they tell him he's the number 3.
Yeah, but I think he'll move up by the time camp is over. And with Connor, you've got injury concerns. And this way they can justify him playing in preseason games and get more snaps in preseason. I mean, you got to remember, part of the game now is that we go into camp. Some of it's going to be justification for getting young rookies like him snaps. Because, like, what fan base wants their first round pick to be taking snaps in preseason because of what you're thinking, Rich? Well, they're going to start. Well, no, he's the 3rd on the depth chart. That's our excuse now to get him reps, which would make him better come regular season, and he could always move up the depth chart. I mean, I get what you're saying. Possible. It's kind of stupid that you draft this guy 3rd or 4th overall, and then you make him 3rd on your depth chart. Like, dude. But at the same time, there is kind of a good reason behind it, though. I'm like, now you have a reason to get him reps, and you don't have to worry about some injury-prone guys playing preseason games.
Dylan?
I don't think I would have taken Jeremiah Love at 3 when there were other defensive players, not just Alvin Reese, but maybe Sonny Styles. I mean, but maybe Arizona was thinking they could get the best player. I mean, but who knows? I mean, I don't know how great Arizona will be. They've got a brutal schedule this year. Plus, I think there's a chance Carson Beck plays toward the end of the year.
And there's teams, like this year, the Patriots to me is going to be my biggest question mark. I don't know about you guys. They played the easiest schedule in the NFL last year. This year they get a first place schedule. Plus, their divisions that they have to play, because for those folks that don't understand how the schedule is put together, there's a rotation of the division in each conference that your team plays. So you play 6 games within your division. You have 8 other games that are like the NFC and AFC West or the NFC and AFC North or whatever, okay? Then you have 2 other kind of wild card games, okay? If you look at the schedule right this second for New England, Seattle, Steelers, Jags, Bills, Raiders, Jets, Bears, Dolphins, Packers, Lions, Chargers, Bills, Vikings, Chiefs, Jets, Broncos, Dolphins.
Yeah, playing the North does not help. The NFC North doesn't help. But, look, you know how I feel about strength of schedule arguments. I hate them because, they're based off, last year, the Bears had the 2nd hardest strength of schedule coming into the season. And what did they do? They won the division. Now they've got the hardest. They went from 2 to 1. Ooh. I mean, I don't really buy that argument much, but look, do I agree with you though for different reasons, Rich? Yeah, and of course, we got a jag off in the comment. Look, they kind of remind me of Washington. Like Washington was a flash in the pan 2 years ago. I think that was a fluke season 2 years ago. I think Drake May and they captured lightning in a bottle last year. I don't know if they have the sauce to repeat it, especially when Buffalo went out and got DJ Moore and got better. And I don't know if they got better or got or maintained or got better when other teams around them did. I agree with you that they're going to be a drop off, but not because of strength of schedule.
I think they play almost every playoff team from last year. Dylan, what do you got?
I think Denver's the most intriguing team because Denver's first 6 games are the hardest I can remember. I mean, they have the Chiefs, the open Monday night, Jacksonville, the Rams, San Francisco, at the Chargers, then Seattle on Thursday night.
You know who's got the hardest travel schedule of all the teams? The Rams.
Oh, I saw this.
They play literally every single day of the week except for Tuesday, and I think that's only because there are 0 NFL games on Tuesday this year. But if there's a day of the week an NFL game can be played, the Rams play it, and their mileage traveling is ridiculous. Now, the Lions have a tough 3-game stretch towards the end. The Bears get them in that. The Jag-off, of course. The Bears had an easy schedule last season. Coming into the season, they had the second hardest schedule coming into the season last year. That's why I don't buy into these arguments, Inzer. That's why I think these arguments suck about strength of schedule. They do. Oh, but they played all these guys who were playoff teams last year. But you know what? Every year, 3 or 4 of those playoff teams aren't playoff teams. In a league where 50 to 70% of the games, depending on the year, are one-score games, the difference between the playoffs, for example, in the NFC North, all 4 teams won at least 9 games in the North. The Packers get in the playoffs because instead of being 9-8, they were 9-7-1.
Yeah.
So I mean, strength of schedule to me is hot garbage because whether you're playing the first place team or the last place team in the NFC North, you're playing a really good team.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's why I don't like strength of schedule.
Yeah.
And strength of schedule also does not account for additions and subtractions. What I'm looking at for like a tough schedule is like you look at the Rams and you look at they play on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. And then you look at how many super short weeks they got, where their bye is, what their travel is from week to week to week. That takes a toll on a team once you start getting towards November, December, January. That's why I look at the Rams like, man, they got a really tough schedule. Maybe not in terms of strength of schedule, but the fact they got to play high quality NFL teams week in and week out with a crazy travel and short week schedule.
Well, and that's one thing, you were talking about all the miles that the Rams are going to be traveling and all that.
Yep.
Outside of the game in Europe, okay? The game against the Saints in Europe.
Yep.
You know who has the least miles to travel this year?
Chicago is pretty close to that. I know they're in the bottom.
And they do not cross the Mississippi River. The Steelers. This is the first year the Steelers do not have a crap load of games west. At New England, at Cleveland, at Tampa, at Cincy, at Philly, at Jacksonville, at Tennessee, at Baltimore. And of course, that Saints game is in Ireland. So outside of that Ireland game, they could take bus trips to most of those games. And they've got the luxury this year of not having to do a whole lot of travel, which hopefully will help Father Time back there behind quarterback.
Well, the Bears actually are pretty good too. At Carolina, at Green Bay, at Atlanta.
Who's that?
The Bears. So they go at Carolina, at Green Bay, at Atlanta. Okay, then they go to the Seahawks, at Detroit, at Miami, at Buffalo, at Minnesota. That's a pretty favorable. They got one West Coast trip, no European trips. I mean, that's a pretty favorable schedule as well.
Yeah, but you do change time zones though. 1, 2, 3, 4 times out of those 9 road games.
But you know what though? 4 of the 5 times.
Steelers change it once.
4 of the 5 times, though, you're talking 4 to 5 times, you're talking a 1 hour time change going from Central to Eastern. The only one that's significant, and actually that gets mitigated. Because guess what? The game at Lumen, that's Monday Night Football.
Right.
And aren't the Bears coming off Thursday Night Football the week before?
No, they're Thursday night the week before.
No, they're when they go to Lumen, they're coming off of a Sunday after. Oh wait, I don't know what week 7 is yet.
No, they play the Patriots on October 22nd. They have their off week, and then they're at Seattle. So they basically have they got 2.5 weeks between games.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, then they get after that Monday Night Football. Then for Thanksgiving's at Detroit, that's not a bad travel. I mean, the Bears really got a good travel schedule. But then you take a team like I'm not saying taking away from what you said about the Steelers. They have a great travel schedule. That's going to help those teams.
They do.
Back into the
season. Are you laying down in your bed or what? What's going on here?
He's on vacation in Illinois. He's trying to
By the way, Adam has decided to join us.
Look at Adam. He's trying to avoid the taxes of Illinois because they will tax you for sitting upright and breathing more than if you're laying down in the hotel bed and breathing.
I'd be sitting at that little desk they have by the big mirror. I mean, that's where I'd be.
It's being used right now.
But I mean, this
travel podcast, or I'd be in the lobby. I'd be in the lobby selling this shit. I mean, we're talking about the Bears right now. You're in Illinois, and we're talking about the Bears. Shit.
When I do these shows on vacation, I'm usually on it's funny because I've done podcasts in Puerto Vallarta. I've done podcasts on the back of cruise ships. I'm always on the balcony looking at the water. So I don't know why. I mean,
are we talking about NFL schedules right now?
We were talking about distance. We were talking about the distance of travel and things like that. The Rams have all kinds of travel to go to, and outside of the trip to Ireland, the trip to Europe, the Steelers don't have anything. They don't leave the Eastern time zone.
Don't the 49ers play in Mexico too?
Yeah, but you know what? That's a time change for them because Mexico City is Central Time versus West Coast time, believe it or not. So, but it's not that far of a trip. That's as far as international games go, that's a cheese ball one. That's like Buffalo playing an international game in Toronto. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's a home game.
That's when you talk strength of schedule, to me, that's the strength of schedule you need to look at. It's not like the strength of schedule based off last year's performances because there's so much it doesn't take into account. Let's look at these travel schedules. Like, who really has to run the gauntlet travel-wise? Dude, the Rams. Who everyone's picking as a Super Bowl favorite. I don't know if they have, they're going to be wore the hell out from traveling by the end of the season.
Well, the Rams don't have a true bye week this year, excuse me.
No, and they play in every darn week of the game. The NFL has a game this year except for Tuesday. And like I said, the only reason they don't have, or Wednesday, whatever day, Tuesday. The only reason they don't play on a Tuesday night is because the NFL doesn't have a game on a Tuesday night this year. But they're playing on the what's that Wednesday Thanksgiving Eve game? They're playing Thursday night football. They're playing a Friday game. They're playing a Saturday game, a Sunday game. They're playing a Monday game. They're playing on every day of the week, going all over the world. It's just ridiculous what they're going through travel-wise.
And I think the Rams play on Christmas Day, too.
Yeah. That's one of the weird days they got. They got a bunch.
Uh-huh.
And like Detroit Lions in the North, they got a kind of a little crazy schedule towards the back end of the schedule. They catch the Bears during that with a high travel, like 3 games in 11 days, but a ton of miles to travel. I mean, that affects your practice time. It affects your prep time, your recovery time. I mean, having to travel where you're only an hour plane ride versus a 4-hour plane ride, where you're getting in at 10 o'clock at night versus 2 in the morning, that makes a huge impact on a team as the time goes on.
Yeah, and
what do you mean they don't have a true? What do you mean the Rams don't have a true bye week? They have 11 days off. They have a bye week. Obviously, it's between the Commanders
they don't.
And Cardinals.
They don't have a bye week when they play Green Bay.
Yeah, but he's saying that a bye week is usually at least like you got 2 weeks off. Going to have a little.
You don't have a 14-day stretch with no game.
Yeah, they don't have a 14-day bye week. They have a shorter bye week. So they got a bye week, but it's shorter than the norm, and they got all that travel. Oof.
Right.
Yeah. No wonder why No wonder why they're trying to get Aaron Donald to come back. They're going to need all the bodies they can get. I mean, so that.
Well, I mean, the beginning of the schedule, they have 11 days off, and then they have.
Yeah, but why is that though, Adam? Where are they playing?
I was just saying. If we're looking at rest, there's rest.
After what? How long is that flight from? They're playing in Melbourne, right? How long is that flight from Australia?
I don't know. It doesn't even say there. I'm just looking on Google. I'm not really looking at the actual schedule.
It's probably 17 hours.
Yeah, it's a long flight. It's an expensive flight. Because we looked at going to Australia, it was going to be $9,000 for 3 of us round trip. Jesus.
Wow.
I mean, but they got a tough travel schedule and time. So that's, to me, that's a strength of schedule that you need to look at. I mean, like I said, last year the Bears had the second hardest coming into the season. Ooh. Now this year they have the hardest. I don't buy into that argument. It's a crap argument.
No, Dylan, this is what you should be doing, man.
There you go. In the hotel lobby.
It's me at the hotel Big 12 Media Days 7 or 8 years ago. I was in the lobby of the hotel Big 12 Media Days.
Yeah, you should be down there with a banner for DTTP. I should have sent you the cornhole boards. You could have been playing cornhole with these guys down in the lobby.
This is Springfield, guys. There's not much going on in Springfield, Illinois. Trust me.
We got the Simpsons.
Well, I know. I spent a decent amount of time there when I was in Peoria. Then I found out there was more going on in Peoria than there was in Springfield.
I've got a question. Where should I go? Never.
Did you guys already go to Lincoln's house?
Did that a couple years ago.
Okay, so you've done
that. Did you go to State Farm headquarters?
I don't know.
If you go to the State Farm headquarters, you might get to see Jake from State Farm.
What's the town that's just Northridge on 55? That's on Route 66. It's got I was there. Let me see if I can find the picture. But they got a cool museum, military museum there. You might even find one of my uniforms in it. What's the name of that town?
I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah, there's some cool little towns if you start driving towards Chicago. But if you're staying in Springfield, man, you go to Camp Lincoln. I went to OCS there. Camp Lincoln's a cool place. Let me find the town. I'll find it, man. Just go on to the next topic. I'll find it.
Well, we talked at the beginning of the show about the MLB Trade Deadline. And a trade went down 2 days ago. And you talk about just the absolute worst circumstance.
Curtis Mead broke his wrist in his debut with the Red Sox, right?
Yeah, you get traded from the Nationals to the Red Sox, give up prospects to make this thing happen, big time, and boom, the absolute if I remember right, it was his second at bat, broken left wrist after getting hit with a pitch, so he's done for the season. They send left-hander Conley Early, who's actually pretty good, to the Nationals. In this trade, Mead is a very, very high prospect, very strong. It was his first at bat. I'm sorry. He struck out in his first at bat, was hit in his second at bat. So I was right. But the kid, the pitcher that they sent to Washington is actually a very good pitcher. And again, Curtis Mead. Yeah, they're super excited about getting Curtis Mead, and victim of circumstance. Here we go. The Pirates avoided that today whenever they found out that Esmerlin Valdez, who got hit on the finger yesterday, it's just a contusion, and he is day to day. But then again, aren't we all?
I got the answer for Dylan. Dylan, get in the car. It's about an hour or two north of where you are. Drive to Pontiac, Illinois, on historic Route 66. Some cool things you can do there. There's a really cool military museum. that's there. It's a smaller one, and there's some cool stuff you can do in Pontiac. It's a little tourist trap town, but it'll get you out of Springfield for a day. I'd say it's about an hour and a half north of where you're at. Would that sound about right, Rich, for Pontiac? Just straight up the I-55.
Yeah, about an hour 15, something like that.
Yeah. So that's something you guys could do
So
in the area. Dude, I was listening to the baseball trade. Dude, how many times have we seen that? You make the big trade, the guy who's going to help you get over the top, gets there within 3 games, boom, out for the season. Oh.
Yeah, that just I feel so bad for Curtis Mead, and I feel bad for the Red Sox. All I could think of was our buddy Boston Paul. That he was probably the highest of high and lowest of lows within 24 hours. Yes, we got this kid. He's going to really make a difference. Crack. Well, damn it. It's just one of those things, and we've got the trade deadline coming up Monday, August the 3rd, which just happens to also be the most important day of the year. And, there's going to be a lot of stuff happen between now and then, I think.
I like Lance McCullers getting traded and then getting DFA'd.
But here's my question. The Yankees get another punch in the gut. Judge, quite possibly, let's be honest, he's probably done for the year. Stanton can't keep himself healthy. You've now lost Cody Bellinger for 4 to 6 weeks. So that means you're talking Labor Day at the earliest, maybe middle of the month. Are the Yankees conceivably sellers? The only good bat they have in their lineup is Ben Rice.
Have the Yankees ever been sellers?
Not since the late 80s, early 90s.
That was my question, Ken. I had to think about that for a minute.
Not since the late 80s, early 90s.
I don't think the Yankees know what sellers.
Yeah, they only know one word, and that's buy.
I think the Yankees are going to try. I think the Yankees may try and get Ryan Jeffers.
Well, that's fine, but you lose Judge, Stanton, Bellinger. Is Jeffers an equivalent to any of those three?
Not really.
Offensively.
Have you seen the Yankee catching situation offensively this year?
Dylan, we just said
he's better than Austin Wells, but I'm better than Austin Wells. I mean, come on. You're not saying a lot.
Well, Rich, are you trying to say you should get a contract?
Hey, if I was young enough, I'd try it. But, it's one of those deals. That's what I don't understand. There's not any, and Adam brought up a really good point. A couple, the biggest names, the biggest sticks that were supposed to be available for trade are now hurt. So is there anybody out there for the Yankees to go get to replace those guys? Because Ryan, let's be honest, let's work ourselves around the field. Whoever they put behind the plate sucks. Ryan McMahon at third sucks. Anthony Volpe, tell me if you heard this before, sucks. Jazz Chisholm is up and down as it comes. Ben Rice is a stud. Let's put that in there too. Ben Rice is a freaking stud. You've got Goldschmidt at DH. Okay, Goldschmidt's solid. Trent Grisham in center is up and down. Jason Dominguez is up and down. Well, but Jason Dominguez is up and down. Who do you have besides Ben Rice, and who can you get? If you're Brian Cashman, who can you go get to replace the guys that you don't have? Because you don't have a stick.
Here's a question. What's going to be that trade that no one saw coming that they're going to pull off? Because that's what happens at the trade deadline. We all sit there, we talk about, hey, what about this guy, the other guy? And then it's always some dude that you thought there's no way they're being traded. Or, the next thing you know, they pull a trigger and you're like, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah. I mean, I could see that being Corey Seager. I honestly could see that being Corey Seager with the Rangers.
I've got one for you guys. A, the
He's
will get moved, and B, if he gets moved, to what?
Wait, what about the question that was just asked?
Sorry.
We just asked the question.
Yeah,
I mean, we need to answer this question that it was just asked. Then we'll answer, then you can go into your question, sir.
Why don't the Yankees get Mason Miller?
Why are you whispering?
But no, you were talking about if someone's in, and that might be a guy for the Yankees to go after. I'd hate to see it, but I mean, I think Corey Seager's gone from the Rangers. Look at what they've done without him this year.
I think the Yankees are sellers.
I thought that too, but look
at Adam. Do they?
Don't be surprised.
Yes, but do they know what that word actually means? Probably not.
Not for a long time.
But just their situation is not good, and they do not have any real prospects down there. They'd have to move Volpe, and who the hell wants them?
They're like that'd be like the problem with. I mean, look, I don't disagree with you, but if they sell, that's like a team like Green Bay saying in the NFL, yeah, we need to do a rebuild, and admitting they need to do a rebuild, which they'll never admit to, even when they do. I don't think the Yankees have that in them. It's that pride piece, like, oh, we haven't been sellers forever. We're not going to be sellers now, and we're the Yankees, and we don't do that. And go through the litany of BS, and I get it. But if they do sell, and they're admitting to their fan base and to themselves, hey, we suck, and we need to rebuild something. And I don't think that they have that in them.
I mean, they are probably the only team in Major League Baseball that brings in 42,000 people regularly.
Yeah. And now what do you tell
true.
42,000 people a game? Yeah, we suck. And
but I tell them, okay, would you like for us to lose games 1-0 for the rest of the season? Because I don't care if it's Schlittler or if it's Fried or if it's Cole or who it is. If they don't give up any runs, that's great. Ask Paul Skeens. You shut him out and the team doesn't score any runs, you still lose.
Yeah.
And there's nobody on that team but Ben Rice that is offense. There's nobody on that team.
Well,
and I don't care. Bring up Lombard and see what he can do.
They have to adjust and do great.
They're not going to bring up Lombard until September. There's no point to bring him up and lose the season. There's no point.
No, I fully get it, but I'm just saying, I mean, so you start looking at options that they have, it's kind of weird that they went from being the best team in baseball 60 days ago to now, do they make the playoffs?
Well, maybe you have to do a mind shift instead of, maybe you have to work on playing more small ball with what you've got left and change your tactical approach. I mean,
Aaron Boone's not exactly the most, flexible guy in the world when it comes to his.
I mean, they were beating the White Sox. They were beating the White Sox tonight. 3-0 last I looked.
Well, it's the White Sox.
They're in first place. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, White Sox aren't too bad, by the way.
I still, to me,
Ken's never going to say the White Sox are good. Ken's never going to say the White Sox are good being on the north side.
I know. 3-0 Yankees, bottom of the sixth. I can't either.
I can't blame him for that.
Oh, wait, Pirates are mounting a nice little comeback here in the bottom of the ninth, by the way.
I saw that. I think it's too little, too late.
I know. My boy's up. Man on second, nobody out, bottom of the ninth. Diamondbacks were up 6-0. It's now 6-3 in Pittsburgh after the Pirates had a walk-off win last night.
Brandon Lowe.
Lau, sir.
What?
It's Lau.
Couple of big extensions today. Oh my God. Jalen Carter got his big extension. Denzel Ward got an
Say again.
extension. Brian O'Neill got a big extension for the Vikings, which makes no sense to me. I mean, look at right tackle. Okay, yeah, but dude, you have no money on that team. I don't know where they're finding it.
Wait, we're jumping to football real
I'm
quick.
sorry. Yeah, I jumped it over.
You're okay. Just keep us updated.
No.
Like, hey, let's talk football. I know, Ken, you are in total football mode right now, and I love it.
Well, before we jump into football mode,
okay,
I got our little team building thing to do for this evening.
This is a good one. I heard the
Yeah.
topic. I heard
This,
the topic. I like
this
it.
one, I firmly believe that there are about half of these that should be absolutely obvious. I'm going to give you the teams in the order that I want you to give me the guy, okay? I need every MLB franchise's home run leader. We're going to start with the Braves.
Who is Henry Aaron?
Okay, Yankees. Like I say, the first half dozen or so of these are going to be obvious. So
George
fire
Herman
away.
Lee.
Right.
Babe Ruth.
Giants.
Willie
Very
Mays.
funny.
Willie Mays. Twins.
Holman Killebrew.
Killebrew.
Wait.
Phillies.
How many did Mays hit?
Mays had 646 with the Giants.
Oh, because he stayed in 1 year.
And finished his career with the Mets. Phillies, Michael Jack Smith.
Phillies, Mike Schmidt. The Cubs.
Ernie Banks.
Mr.
Ernie
Ken,
Banks.
Mr. Ken, the Bear fan. Ernie Banks is not correct.
Oh,
Oh, Sammy.
yeah, I was gonna say Sammy.
Sammy Sosa. The Boston Red Sox.
Teddy.
Teddy Ballgame. The St. Louis Cardinals.
McGuire.
No. Can't hear you, Dylan.
I will not answer this one.
I can't hear you, Dylan.
You're muted or something. We can't hear you. Bro.
Speak up.
Doesn't look like he's muted or anything. I can't tell.
Looks like he's talking real soft again.
Okay. Stan Musial, yes. We still can't hear you. The Pirates. Go ahead, Adam.
Pops.
Willie Stargell. Now we start getting into some that are
Tricky.
okay. The Houston Astros.
Jeff Bagwell.
I was gonna say
Bagwell. I can hear you now. Bagwell. The White Sox.
Thomas.
Frank Thomas, correct. The Baltimore Orioles.
Brady Anderson.
Eddie Murray.
Say again, Adam.
I said Brady Anderson. I don't know why.
No.
Eddie Murray.
No, sir.
Oh, Cal Ripken.
It's
No.
Cal Ripken, yeah.
Really?
This one goes back to the obvious one. The Seattle Mariners.
Griffey.
Griffey.
That
The
guy.
Detroit Tigers.
I wanted to say Cecil Fielder, but I don't think that's right.
Hank Greenberg.
No. Yeah, I wish JB and Jeremy were on tonight because the two of the toughest ones are ones that they would get just like that.
Is it Lou Whitaker?
No. 399 homers.
I don't pay attention to the freaking Tigers.
No one pays attention to anything in Detroit.
He's a Hall of Famer, I'll give you that.
Ty Cobb.
Not that far back. Played in the 60s.
Alan Trammell.
He was 80s.
He's
also their TV color analyst, and Dylan's frozen.
Yeah, Dylan is frozen. I give up on the Tigers.
I don't know.
Okay, line.
Oh, I have his baseball card somewhere.
The Los Angeles Angels.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout. The Cincinnati Reds.
Eric Davis?
No.
Barry Larkin?
Nope.
Johnny Bench?
Johnny Bench.
Got his rookie.
The Dodgers.
This is a tricky one, I bet.
It's not. I can guarantee you it's not the first two people you think of. Here's one I can tell you. Okay. Okay, Dylan, come on up. Whoops. Okay, we're to the Dodgers. He's got the same look you guys do.
Kirk Gibson?
That's what I was.
No, sir. Older than that.
Older than that.
Ron Say.
No. How about if I give you this hint, it's going to be really obvious. He's part of one of the greatest baseball songs of all time.
Boys of Summer, Duke Snyder.
Well, Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. But yes, Duke Snyder. The Texas Rangers.
Juan Gonzalez.
Wando. The Colorado Rockies. Yep. Colorado Rockies.
Larry Walker?
Walker.
No?
Oh, who was the other guy?
Oh, Helton.
Todd Helton, right. Oakland or the A's. Excuse me. The A's.
Mark McGwire.
McGuire is right. The Milwaukee Brewers.
Okay. Yeah.
No, sir.
Christian Yelich.
No.
I mean, it's the Brewers. No one pays attention to them either.
This one is one of the harder ones on the list.
Robin Yount.
Nope.
Nope.
We just said Robin Yount.
Yeah. It's more recent than Robin Yount.
Ryan Braun.
That's a good one.
Cleveland.
Just screams Jim Thome,
right? I was gonna say Jim Thome. I was thinking Manny first. I was thinking Manny for a minute, but I was like, no.
This is another one of the hardest ones. The Toronto Blue Jays.
Carlos Delgado.
That's it.
Damn.
The Kansas City Royals. Yeah, it's Carlos Delgado. Kansas City Royals.
Brett.
Oh, Salvi.
Salvi just broke his record, Ken. So, the Washington Nationals.
This is a tough one.
Does this include the Expos?
Yeah, does it go with the Expos too?
No,
it goes with the Expos. I was gonna say if it goes with the Expos, I was going Vlad.
Ryan Zimmerman.
It is Ryan Zimmerman. If it included the Expos, it would be Andre Dawson.
I mean, just kind of, why don't they count the Expos because it's the same franchise?
No, it's saying every current MLB franchise.
Right, but that's the same franchise. The Expos are.
Right, but then we would also have to include the Seattle Pilots or something like that. And they're going with the 30. They're going with the 30 teams that are in the league right now.
No, I get that, but like the Expos are the Nationals. It's the same franchise. They just changed their name and location.
Their records didn't carry over.
That's weird, but okay.
Yeah, their records did not carry over.
It's 6-6,
Miami Marlins.
Rich, it's 6-6.
Big
How
G.
about them Buccos? Yep.
Big G.
Hard to believe. Giancarlo Stanton.
Lowe and Reynolds hit back to back.
Wow. Anyway, Tampa.
Evan Longoria.
Yep. The pride of Wisteria Lane. The pride of Wisteria Lane. Evan Longoria.
What's he have? 130 maybe.
The New York Football Mets.
Carter?
No.
Is he a polar bear?
He would be a polar bear. Pete Alonso. The Arizona Diamondbacks.
Going Gonzo?
Luis Gonzalez. And last, and certainly least, the San Diego Padres.
Wait, Manny Machado. I was thinking Cam Manny. I'm like Manny's got the right.
Barely Manny Machado over Dave Winfield. But did you notice something kind of weird about that list?
What?
There's only 4 active players on that list. Stanton, Alonso, Salvi, Machado.
I was surprised Pujols isn't on that list, to be honest with you.
He's 3 shy of Musial. Yeah, I looked it up. He's 3 shy of Musial. But I thought that would be a fun little,
I mean, there are a couple current guys who will make the list, probably.
Or I'm sorry, there's 5. I forgot about Trout. 5. Yeah, I forgot about Trout. That's my fault. Yeah, I mean, there should be. You would think. I mean, hell, if Caminero keeps doing what he's doing, he should kill Longoria's record in Tampa if he stays there.
How many did Sosa have with the Cubs?
Sosa had 545.
And he was traded for
545 with the Cubs. He had like, I want to say he had like 40 with the Rangers. He had a few with the White Sox.
I'm wondering.
What's that?
Oh, I'm waiting for it to come up. Like talking about current players, I'm trying to see where PCH is in comparing to Sosa.
If PCA keeps doing what he's doing, okay, is this one of your guys, Ken?
PCA
got long. That's Rick. What's going on, Ricky? How you doing, Mr. Diaz?
Good evening, sir.
Ricky hasn't been here in a while. I don't know where he's been, but he used to comment all the time, but he's taking a little break. He's back.
I thought I knew the name, but
Yeah, PCA
I think he's a Niners. I think he's a Niners fan. I think. I can't remember all the guests. Sorry. If I'm wrong, just quote me.
I guess
just put it up there, Rick.
It'll depend on PCA's longevity, but he's got a long way to go.
Yeah, PCA's got what, like 100 and something?
As a Cub? As a Cub right now, he's got 64. Sosa had 545.
Yeah. I mean, I thought this was kind of cool.
A little bit
when
different.
I came across, I was like, this would be interesting to do. So
I like it.
But look at Sosa. I mean, PCA's on a trajectory that if he can stay healthy and play, yeah, he could have some years. But he's got to get up there. Sosa obviously had a 66, a 64, and a 63 year.
Look at that memory. Oh, look at that memory. Remembering Rick's a Niners fan.
But Julio's on pace to break Griffey's record. Griffey had 417. Julio could very possibly catch that.
Are you drinking an apple Busch Light?
No, this is a Cola Champagne. It's Puerto Rican.
Champagne. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Is it water?
I think I'm gonna crash land, guys. My internet's not the best, and plus, Mom's probably going to be in here before long.
Enjoy your vacation.
Yeah, enjoy your vacation, man. We'll have to get together when you get back.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I gotta get with you about something else anyway.
Pontiac will be a nice little day trip for you. Go enjoy your day at Pontiac.
Go to Peoria and go to the foreplay.
All 32 teams are at camp now.
They are.
That's what I love about having the World Cup, man. We got 6 weeks of soccer to distract us from not having football. No sooner does the World Cup end, boom, we're in camp. You gotta love it.
I don't love these teams going back to fucking turf fields.
I do not either, and neither does. And I did an article on X about it. The numbers are ridiculous. It's significant. The amount of there are significantly more injuries on turf than there is natural grass. But the owners keep going, yeah, but we want to have concerts and monster truck rallies, and we can't have natural grass. Well, yeah, you can. If you're doing it in the off season, just take the grass up. Or do what they did in Barcelona. I mean, if you're building a new stadium, if you are building a new stadium,
get rid of. Hold on. We don't get rid of any guests, Rick. You're welcome to join anytime. If you want to come on and talk Niners with us sometime, we're all for it.
Yeah, and
we never run off listeners.
He did get that this is a Puerto Rican drink, so
yeah,
goes to Rick.
So he knows about it.
I hate that we're going. They already in all these stadiums. I think in all of the World Cup stadiums, they already tore the grass out and went back to turf. I'm like, especially like
not one ACL tear this whole World Cup.
No, not one. And Gillette, come on, you're outdoors, right? MetLife, you're outdoors. Keep the natural grass, right? I mean, come on. Barcelona can be a domed stadium when they close the roof and still grow natural grass in their stadium because they grow it under the field. The way they built.
No, but people don't understand too. They have the technology now.
Oh yeah.
That all they would have to do is put a greenhouse conducive roof on the stadium.
No, they
and grow the grass there.
They got the lights. They used them for the World Cup. You saw them in the World Cup.
I understand.
They already have the equipment.
But I mean,
they got it for the World Cup.
Right. And they've got the technology in the sunroofs to turn it into a greenhouse.
And look,
or in the roof of the stadium.
Well, look, you don't even have to keep it alive for the whole season. Miami. How many times has Miami changed their turf in a football season? And they're an outdoor stadium. They change their turf 3 to 4 times a season because they have a turf farm somewhere else here in the state where they grow it and they bring it in. You don't have to, you're going to replace the turf a couple times a season anyway. And but it costs us more money to maintain. Okay, for sake of argument, let's say it costs you $10 million a year to have natural grass.
It's $500,000 to $1 million per football season.
Okay, well, what's $1 million? Let's double that for sake of argument, Adam. Would you rather pay $2 million a year to maintain your nice grass field, or have your Pro Bowl running back or all-star tight end or corner or linebacker that you're paying $20 to $30 million a year miss the entire season because of a torn ACL? Cost benefit says you do natural grass.
But then we lose millions on a concert.
No, you can still do the concert.
It just takes longer for natural grass to come back, I guess.
And when you ask these guys, when are you going to do the concerts? Well, in the off season. Well, then who cares? You're going to bring in a whole new turf before the season begins anyway.
Yeah, I don't get it either, Ken.
I mean, who does an outdoor concert in Chicago in December? No one. Okay, what I mean, and actually, if you look at Atlanta, they could use it. They could split the cost with Atlanta. Was it Atlanta United? So they're going to split the cost of the soccer team. They're going to love that. You can still host concerts, trade conventions, whatever. You can protect the grass. Take it out.
Eating that cost is minimal and easy.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
It's just, I hope whenever the Bears do build their new stadium, wherever it may be, if it's in Hammond or in Arlington, I hope they look what they did in Barcelona and do exactly what they did in Barcelona, because you're doing it at the time of building the stadium. Grow the grass in the stadium underneath the playing field, and you see what they do in Barcelona, right? When it's game time, they literally bring the grass up from below the field and slides across into place. There's 5 sections, and it's just stacked below the field. They grow it, they cut it, they do everything they need to maintain the field underneath the stadium. So then you have concerts. Cool. You just take the field, put it back in its holding area below the stadium. Now you've got this big concrete pad to host your stadium, your WWE event, do your monster truck rally, your convention, whatever the hell you want to do. And your turf is nice and protected below the stadium, being maintained. I hope that's what the Bears do. I hope that's what the Browns do when they build their new stadiums. I think what they did in Barcelona should be the blueprint for NFL stadiums and domes. Too easy. I just don't. I don't get this whole turf thing. It's just, but it's because we're built for speed. So cut your grass slower. Do what they do in baseball, right? Some teams cut the grass a little lower than others because of the speed of their team.
Right. Well, that's like Major League Baseball teams used to let their grass grow a little bit taller for their speed burners. So if they hit one in the grass, it slowed it down, and they could make it, infield hits.
I don't like, they practice on grass. Sometimes they do practice on turf when they go inside. Fine.
Yeah.
But turf is proven over time to cause more injuries. Less give, more grab, not a good thing. That's why we get so many of these non-contact injuries in the NFL lately, the last couple of years. This big movement to turf. And what really gets me is that high schools are starting to go to turf. They're putting turf
in Texas, they've been.
Yeah.
Dude, in Texas, they've been going to turf for 20 years now.
Why these guys are getting all these big injuries by the time they get to college, let alone the NFL. Playing nothing but turf.
They're using, but the big thing is too, they're using the Astro play. They're not using the circa Texas Stadium, Riverfront Stadium, concrete-based turf. They're using the ground tire covered by a carpet turf, which is different. Not any safer. It's just bad in a different way.
Yeah, I don't like that the NFL is still playing turf, Adam. I mean, like I said, I've got an article on X about it. I've got another article I did on X about the Bears stadium debacle, basically covering all 5 years of it. I've been writing more articles lately. I agree, Adam. It should be grass. It should be grass. Yeah. And if you have an outdoor stadium and you're on turf in the NFL, you should just be shot. Your ownership group should be taken out back and shot. There's no excuse. Is Buffalo using grass for the new Highmark, or is that going to be turf?
I think it's turf. I think Joe said it was turf.
I'm with you, man. I'm all about the grass.
It's better playing surface. There's a reason why FIFA, the biggest sport, the most powerful sporting organization on the planet, requires that any FIFA sanctioned match is played only on natural grass. Think about that.
Yeah.
They will make.
They know it's safer.
If you want your stadium to be considered to host a World Cup game or a champion, or for UEFA, the European Championship or the CONCACAF Championship, your stadium has to be natural grass. No,
I know Highmark, where the Riverhounds play, is turf.
Does it mean turf?
I'm just saying, because I was there. I mean, I saw the turf.
But if you want a FIFA sanctioned game, like MLS does have some turf, right? But because Atlanta, they play on turf. But I mean, if you want a World Cup, you want a CONCACAF Nations Cup.
Well, that's why Seattle. That's why where all these football stadiums were so smart, because they built the infield big enough where it could expand that extra 20 yards all the way around and make it so the World Cup can come there. Unlike, some of them other stadiums, because they didn't have that extra coverage that they needed to make the whole football field.
I mean, Atlanta definitely needs to go grass. I don't like the turf, and we've already had a couple injuries in the NFL with camp starting, and as they go to turf when the season starts, we know we're gonna get a rash of them again. I hate the turf. I mean, there's a lot
It's
wrong
going to be the biggest
NFL.
debate. It's going to be the biggest debate, Ken. As soon as as soon as one of these guys tears an ACL and on turf that got replaced.
Well, George Kittle was at the World Cup final at MetLife. He's like, man, MetLife looks great on grass. I hope the NFL keeps it. And posted it to, X or whatever.
Didn't they already switch it?
Good on X, I know that.
They switched it. They already switched it back to turf.
Yeah.
Like, Gillette already switched it. NRG already switched it. Jerry switched it. All the stadiums switched it back.
Well, the thing is, Jerry already has 3 different sets of field surfaces in that stadium. So it shouldn't be that difficult to have natural surface.
No.
Because he has a dirt, he has a concrete, and he has the AstroTurf.
Look at we've already
turf. I'm sorry, Turfus.
We're going to see a bunch of injuries, and what's going to happen in week 1 and 2 when you get these turf injuries, turf ACLs and Achilles and other stuff. The players are going to make a big fuss about the NFLPA is going to make a big fuss, and isn't the collective bargaining agreement coming up for discussion again pretty soon? I think the NFLPA is going to make it a huge sticking point to mandate grass, and they should. The players overwhelmingly, like 93% of the players want natural grass. Like 93, 97, it's a big percentage, over 90% want grass. Give it to them. I mean, just the cost-benefit analysis, it's better for you, unless you just like paying a guy to be, $26 million to sit on the IR and then have to rehab and pay for his surgery and the rehab and all the crap that goes along with it, versus him being on the field able to play. Go for it, because the data is not wrong. The data shows you that the turf is a much more inferior product and leads to more injury. I don't get. So that's one thing that still pisses me off about the NFL with the season coming up. I mean, also that certain guys are already still on the pup. Like you're going like Kyle Gordon's still on the pup for the Bears. I'm like, dude, really? Like this has to be the worst calf injury of all time. 2 years.
There's one guy I'm glad to see is off, and that's Tank Dell. I mean, that was an absolutely horrific injury he had, but man, I hope he can come back from it and play like he did his first 2 seasons, because that guy can play. I mean, he is a playmaker, no questions asked.
Really missed him, Rich.
Oh yeah, no question, because that was his Robin to Nico Collins' Batman. There's no question about that.
I wonder though, like these guys who are still fighting some of these injuries, I wonder how many of them were exacerbated by turf play.
And I think it's funny how Jerry Jeudy wants Deshaun Watson, the veteran, to work together and be the starting quarterback.
Cleveland's also got to justify the $250 million they paid.
I was going to say, let's be perfectly honest. Talent-wise, if Deshaun plays, and I realize it's slim chance, if Deshaun plays to the level he played when they brought him in, it's okay. He should be starting. I mean, hell, that's 100 times better than either one of the guys they got behind him.
I like Tatum Green.
Is he?
I like Tatum Green. I think he's going to have an outside shot.
I don't know.
He's 6'6". He's built like Roethlisberger.
I just let it.
Moves like Roethlisberger.
I just love that we're back at camp and we're going to start seeing some of these battles. And I think, look, I mean, I still can't believe that Dylan is shocked that Kirk Cousins is going to be the starter in Vegas. That you missed that, Adam. So Kirk Cousins has been named the starter, and Dylan's like shocked. I'm like, and I don't know why anyone thought that. That's like being shocked that Ty Simpson's not going to be the starter for the Rams.
I thought we talked about that whenever the draft. I thought we said Kirk Cousins was probably going to start.
Everyone's been talking about it since the draft.
At least the first 8 games. At least the first 6, 7 games.
So according to most Raiders fans I talked to, and I talked to one daily, and the now infamous Raiders subreddit, the only non-cesspool place on Reddit, I guess, that no one, basically the feel in Vegas is this: garbage time, or if Kirk gets hurt, and that's it.
I mean, Mendoza 1 year won the Heisman, won the big game. Other than that, there's not a lot of stats to back him up.
No, and I mean, give him time to learn stuff and things like that. You know, and we'll see what happens with it.
Let me ask you guys this question. We talked about it this morning a little bit. Vita Vea is demanding a trade.
Who?
Vita Vea is demanding a trade out of Tampa.
Out of Tampa?
32 years old.
Tampa, yeah.
32 years old, 31, 32 years old, which seems to be the new prime for defensive tackles and defensive edges in the league. What would you pay for him? Oh, he carries like 22, 23 mil on the cap. Who do you think would trade for him, and what do you think the price should be?
Are Tampa willing to trade him?
Well, this is a player demanded trade. So granted, there's that. And, a lot of times players will demand a trade and won't get it, but then sometimes they do. Look, at the second Bears fans heard it, there were a lot of Bears fans who come on, polls, get on the phone. I personally don't think the Bears will do it. A, because we only have $8 million in cap, and B, I don't think he would want to give the asking price.
I mean,
is there a trade clause
obviously,
or can he go anywhere?
Nope, he has no trade clause. And he's asking for the trade.
Obviously, the name of the rating is going to be out there. Because they need defense, and he would fit a need on that defensive line in Arlington. I'm just trying to think of anybody. I'll tell you where he might fit in pretty well is Buffalo.
Let me add a wrinkle. It's also been reported he wants to be on the West Coast. I agree with you on Buffalo, but he wants supposedly to be West Coast, and he wants to win. So I don't know if you can achieve both. Of course, people say the Rams, which if somehow the Rams got their paws on, first off, I don't know what they'd have to give up. But if they got their paws on them, good night.
We got the Chargers, though.
Chargers could be a good fit. And they got cap.
That could be interesting. Because you have him there with Myles Garrett. Put them both on the same side of a 4-3.
No, Garrett's with the Rams, but you're talking.
I'm sorry, not Garrett, but
you got Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack. That's who I was thinking of. I'm sorry.
35, and you think the guy was still 27. So
right. Yeah. So you put those two guys on one side of the line. Yeah, that can make some things interesting. You sure as hell ain't running that direction.
It makes you wonder too with Tampa because Baker reported to camp with no contract extension. Said he won't talk to the team about it, but his agent will. And I'm sure if they can work it out during camp before the season starts and the agent gets a deal, he knows Baker will sign, he'll take it to him. But you got Baker and you got Vita Vea both wanting extensions, and they haven't done one for either of them. At least, and Baker has even gone so far to say that after this year he'll play on the franchise tag if that's what's required. But Vita Vea is like, no, I want out. Trade me.
Well, the other part you got to look at too is, I mean, when you look at that Tampa roster, particularly at the receiver position, it's not what it once was, mainly because you're missing Mike Evans. I mean, Ibuka is going to be really good. Godwin's still coming off that injury. But outside of those two guys, I mean, can Tez Johnson have another really good year? we'll
Cade
see.
Otton's really good. Cade Otton, to me, is an unsung hero in the tight end market.
He is. But I mean, you're losing, let's be honest, a Hall of Fame tight end that still has gas in the tank. He's going to be huge with San Francisco this year. He's going to be a freaking just
wide receiver.
Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy with him out there.
I mean, there's that. I mean, the
West
Vita
Coast,
because you're not going to trade him in the division. You really don't want to even trade him within the NFC if you can avoid it. And now you're looking for a trade partner that A, could use him, B, has cap space to absorb him, or can at least rework some contracts to get him. And then what's the asking price? Is it a first-round pick? Is it a second-round pick?
So let's think about one here. You said West. Does it have to be West Coast? What about Denver?
That might be close enough, or Vegas. Vegas could be one too. Vegas has money.
Well, but he wants to win.
He might win with the Raiders this year.
He ain't winning with the Raiders this year.
Don't sleep on that Raiders defense. And if you have Vita Vea, it's that defense with Max Crosby and the
stuff I get that.
That defense.
I get that. But that offense is going to be rough.
Kirk Cousins will make that offense better than it was with Geno last year. And Kubiak.
Who's playing receiver? Their number one comes to the game barefoot.
Yeah. No, is it? Yeah, they
Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, but they've got a really good tight end. They got a really good running back. They're going to be a better team.
I think they're going to be 6 wins at best. 6, 7 wins at best. They'll be better, yeah, but they're not going to be a playoff contender. I think they're a year or two away from that. They need a draft with some really big. That's probably their thing next year. First and second round is wide receiver, and next year's draft should be pretty stocked up with wide receivers, so that should help.
Hold on, I'm forgetting who they signed. They've got more than yours.
The Raiders.
Yeah, they don't have a true number one. That I'll grant out.
No, they don't. They aren't. Their number one is Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Which, that's not horrible, but not good either. If that makes any sense.
This really. Joe was on here. He'd rattle it right off for us. Well, I'm bringing.
He would. I'm looking at the roster right now. Come on. Okay, here we go. Raiders,
Trey Tucker, Jalen Naylor. They signed. There we go. Naylor's not bad. I mean,
yeah, but he's a 2 at best.
And that's fine though. If you have a couple 2s, you don't necessarily need a 1. So Beck, Naylor, Tucker. Those are your top 3. Okay.
Okay, I don't know that Tucker's the real deal, dude. I really don't.
But he doesn't have to be a 1. You just need a couple 3, a couple 2. And you've got a great tight end. You've got a good running game. You've got a phenomenal defense. And if you had Vita Vea to that defense would probably be the best in the West. And you don't need to score a ton of points. So, I mean, you just need your receivers to be dangerous enough to give your tight end and running back some. So I think the Raiders might be. Don't sleep on the Raiders at all. But Vita Vea, the Raiders would be a choice, but Denver could be a choice. The Broncos might have to move some cap around, but that's the news of the day. Really, is Vita Vea really wants out. Oh, the camp drama begins. Brissett got his contract. That was good.
We talked at the beginning of the show before Adam came on about the worst teams in football. Could Tampa wind up being one of the worst teams in football if they lose Vita and wind up with a bad Baker?
Well, if they lose Vita and Baker's hurt, then yeah. their offense is still good enough. They're going to be in games. I think they might drop the second or third place in that division, though, behind maybe Atlanta and Carolina. But Carolina's lost so many guys in injury already. It's like
I think a lot of teams are gonna. I think Tampa's gonna watch and see what Pittsburgh did a lot with Gainwell, so they can use them correctly.
Yeah, I mean the running game for Tampa is pretty solid. I'm just not a big fan of what they've got passing wise.
Well, defensively, they lose Vita Vea. I mean, he's the heartbeat of that defense. But they have to first off, like he wants to trade. He's still under contract, so his option is sit out and don't make any money at all at 32 years old or play at this point if they're not going to trade him. So if he plays, they're still in contention. If he doesn't play, I think you have a different scenario there because their defense will definitely suffer without a replacement.
Right.
And I don't know if they have the guy behind Vita Vea. I don't know the Bucks well enough to tell you they've got the guy behind him that, could do it this year. The worst team is probably going to be the Dolphins. I think the Jets will improve a little, which isn't saying.
Yeah. I think worst team in the league comes down to Miami and the Cardinals. I still just don't think the Cardinals. Yes, Brissett is okay. I give him that, and McBride is one of the best tight ends in the game. I think the
Martin
Cardinals
Harrison Jr. hasn't showed why he's a top pick yet. He's been a disappointment there.
Well, there's that too, yeah.
But they were a tough out for people last year. They were not an easy team to beat.
But they still lost. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I mean,
an L is an L is an L.
1 year you're losing the one-score games, the next year you're winning them, kind of thing. And I look at
okay.
They're bottom half. Yes, I'll agree to that. But I don't know.
I'm with you.
I don't know if they're the worst three.
I'm with you on that statement to a point about the, losing the close ones and then you win the close ones the next year. I'm with you on that to a point. But I'm not going to concede that Gannon is a good enough coach to be able to do that on a regular basis.
Gannon's in Green Bay.
Not Gannon, but
LaFleur.
Huh?
The other LaFleur.
Yeah. LaFleur.
The other LaFleur.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
I'm not sure that he's. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure that he's.
What are the not like? What's the update on Cal Shanahan?
Oh, he got into an accident. So yeah, it's kind of rare that you have a head coach who's limited.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, did they give any updates? Is he being released?
He's limited. That's all they said. He's limited, like he's a player. It's hilarious. I mean, It's not hilarious, but you know what I mean. You don't often hear about a coach being limited at practice.
But I mean, it's very seldom that you. Go ahead.
No, I mean he's just he's still on like as best you can put it as light duty.
Yeah. And look at they still got
so he is moving. Is that what we're saying, or is he still laying in a hospital bed?
No, he's up now.
No, he's up and walking and moving.
I just heard broken rib
issue there, which is an issue but non-issue at the same time.
Right.
They put Ayuk on the left list, which means basically his cap doesn't account against him. He doesn't count against the roster. Ayuk is just going to sit there and do nothing. They have to, really Ayuk is so stupid the way he's handling this. I like when they asked John Lynch, well, what about Brandon Ayuk? And he's not on the roster, and left it at that. And I think that's where he's going to be all year.
I mean, this guy, how much money is this guy pissing away? It's ridiculous.
Well, I don't know if he gets any of the money being on that left list because they're not cutting him. He won't. He has no guarantee. However, he's still going to be under contract. He won't get certain bonuses, but there's still other money he'll get, like roster bonus, I think.
Right, but there's also the thing of there's some sort of designation that they can put him on
They put him on that. It's not
that they don't have to pay him.
But there's still the money, but they can't recoup the money they gave him. Like, you know how sometimes they'll recoup the money they paid, the advance they pay? I don't think they can recoup it. Yeah, he's not negatively affecting the Niners at all. He's effectively cut without cutting him, if you will. They own his right.
Yeah.
Such a weird situation. And he just keeps.
And the other part that I just don't get is what his complete infatuation is with going to Washington.
I don't know, because it doesn't seem like he's going to be too welcome there.
Ayuk. I mean, he's talked about going to Washington and no place else. I mean, does he have some sort of political aspirations, or does he have considering
Jaden's talking trash about him, and I don't think he's going to Washington anytime soon.
Shifting gears for just a second, and good news on the Pirates front.
Did they win?
Esmeralyn Valdez just pinch hit in the 11th inning.
I said he was almost in the starting lineup tonight.
Yeah, so that's a really good sign about his hand.
Yeah, I guess he wasn't fully ready to go, and he was a late scratch because he wasn't in that starting lineup.
Right.
Yeah, hey, the article I wrote on the graph, I'm going to put in the comments. I just put the link for the article I did in the grass in the comments there.
Okay.
And the NFL stadium is going back to grass. And it's got the numbers in there. It's ridiculous. It's just kind of nuts.
Cool.
Yep.
Ryan O'Hearn was about 5 foot foul from
Tuesday night.
Yeah, man, it's been a blast.
Can't wait till we get some of the other guys back on here. I might have to miss next Tuesday. I'm just letting you know now, but we got to get this other house prepped for sale.
I'll be up my camp. I am taking computers with me to see if any of them work. Last time I did not get credit up there, or I didn't get online up there, so we'll see. But I am taking my laptop. So, Rich, just to let you know, Monday, Tuesday, unless you want to run a fan of the Diamond, I might not be there because I'll be up camp. My family's going up, and it's been a mess, but we'll figure it all out.
I just got to see what's going on Monday. Monday's my birthday.
Shit!
Happy birthday!
Thank you. But I think everything's going to be going on. Yeah, you did, didn't you?
It's not a birthday, Rich. It's an anniversary of your 21st.
Well, there you go. Oh, and by the way, before we, I got to do this because it was a very momentous day for a certain individual. Hold on. It was a very momentous day yesterday for a very special young man. Come on. Okay, here we go.
What do we got?
All right.
Maybe Rich is getting older and forgot how to use technology.
Listen. And ask for no stuff from you guys. All right. It was little man's 5th birthday on Sunday, and he went to his first Ranger game. So that's him with his dad. And one of the things that they do with the junior Rangers is on Sundays they get to run the bases after the game. So Jackson got to run the bases with his dad on his birthday at the Ranger game. And he got a visit. Gramps set up a visit for him from Rangers captain. where he got a sign that said "Happy Birthday, Jackson" and all this other stuff, and even put his name on the jumbotron. So
That's
wishing him
awesome.
happy birthday.
Happy
So yeah, little man got to spend his 5th birthday at Globe Life Field. I wish it was Globe Life Park, Globe Life Field, and catch his first Ranger game. So
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So there you go. My birthday's one thing. His is the one that's important. It's the way I look at it. I'm sure you feel the same way, Ken, about the grandkids and that.
Yeah. When little man's birthday comes up, I mean, look, we got to take him to his first international soccer game this year, his first baseball game. I mean, he's been having one blast there. From watching Messi to watching the Braves, he's getting to do it all.
Yeah, and see, Jackson's super fired up because he starts school in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So he's very excited about starting school too.
Yeah, my youngest starts college here in 2 weeks. So. We got the grandbaby.
All right.
But hey, you guys can catch me back on X. Got my main account back. Woo woo. It's right there on your screen. Ken the Bear Fan on X. I also host Chicago Bears on X because Bears Twitter got deleted. So now we've got Chicago Bears on X. Actually, if you go to my page, you'll see it right there, pinned onto my page. I'm, as of this airing right now, 10 followers away from hitting 10,000, which I've already been to 10,000 before I got hacked, but then I got hacked and lost like 800 people. So I'm 10 away from 10,000. So by this time next week, I'll obviously be there. I should be there. So yeah,
congratulations, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it took me forever, and right now I'm trying to get my monetization back, which they took it away because of all that. So I'm talking. It took me 8 months to get the account back. We'll see if I ever get monetized again. Kind of care if I do. Kind of don't care if I do. It'd be nice if I did. But you can catch me there every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Central for Ken and Ken in the Morning, which is the daily football talk show. And then right now we start Hallis Hall back up on Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Central. We'll eventually start doing Wednesdays again. And of course, tomorrow night, which I won't be there for, but JB's roundtable football discussion, which is at 8:30 p.m. And that's also going to be on my X page. And also on my X, you can see JB's Lions podcast and Detroit Tiger baseball podcast and his baseball roundtable podcast are all on my X. And you can get me on the KCB Sports Network, which is JB's YouTube, which is where you might be watching this if you're not on my X and you follow me already. Go see KCB Sports. We're getting close to the required subscribers on YouTube as well there. So those are the two places you can catch me the most. It's been a pleasure, guys, as always. I love being on here with you guys.
Oh, yeah. We like having you on the show.
It's been a blast.
And just glad you're slowly working your way back into it on a full-time basis.
Yeah, the summer was a little hectic. It still is.
It's supposed to be. It's family time. It's pool time. It's really not being side time, I guess.
Well, yeah, we had some trips.
Yeah, to a degree, yeah.
Got in the pool today, actually.
I did not. I busted my ass all day.
I took a nap for lunch today, if that told you how my day went.
Well, when every day's Saturday and every night's Friday, it's hard not to live the life you want to live.
This is absolutely correct. But now we live in the world according to whenever the grandbaby wants us to do things, which is also phenomenal. So, all good on this side.
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying there.
So right now, I don't think I'll be here next week.
I don't even want to think about that right now.
Yeah, you still got a little while till you got to start worrying about grandkids, man.
I hope so.
Does he?
But my nose is twitching, so who knows?
How old is your oldest right now?
17 boy, 15 girl.
A little while.
Yeah, 2 to 5 years out. Most likely.
I hope.
Yeah, something like that.
And my oldest boy just graduated tech school from the Air Force, so now he's just waiting on orders to go do hometown recruiting and then on to his first duty assignment in Louisiana. So that went down this week too. It's been busy, man. Yeah, it's been busy.
Sounds like it.
You got to be excited about that, right?
Yeah. Happy he got through tech training, went by quick. He's going to be. They have no mileage pass where he's going, so he can come here any 4-day weekend he wants. You can drive out here for a 4-day weekend and chill out with Dad. So, pretty cool. They got through that. The Air Force has been good for him. And the daughter got some good news today with her stuff. Now we're getting her house ready to be sold. So things are good over here, man. It's just been a crazy summer. I'm just happy to be able to come back on Tuesdays. I probably will miss next Tuesday, but that's not for certain. It depends on how far I get with the other house.
With what?
The other house, because we're selling her house, and we got to have it ready by the 10th for sale. So we got some work to do, and then I have lawnmower issues here. My lawnmower now blade won't drop. I got to get that fixed, and then I got to cut my yard here, her yard there, and I got to
just buy a new one, Ken. Just buy a box.
No, I've got a John Deere at the other place that's coming here, and the one that's here is going there to go with the house. But the lever, bring the blade up and drop it down, it broke, so it won't drop the blade. So I can get that fixed, so that one can cut again.
That's a problem.
It's been a problem, but I got a John Deere at the other house, which is coming here eventually. But yeah, I got some work to do. So I hopefully I'll be here next Tuesday, but it's looking like I might have to miss it.
Every day's Saturday, Ken. You have all the time in the world, boss.
Yeah, I have the wife's schedule to live on too. I still have a boss. It's called the wife.
Honey, we have stuff to do. You got to understand that.
Oh, trust me. She tried to do that today. She's like, "You're going." I'm like, "No, I'm not." She's like, "Yes, you are." I'm like, "No, I got a podcast. I'm not going in."
Priorities. We all have priorities in this world.
We'll see if I'm still alive after that. But if I'm alive by tomorrow morning, we'll find out on the morning show.
There you go. So tune in to see if Ken's alive tomorrow for Ken in the morning. Oh,
yeah, no doubt.
There's your promo
Ken,
right
if
there.
you're dead, we're gonna have a highly suspect because you just said it.
Yeah, it won't be one of those.
Dateline won't be calling us.
No, but you might get a new HBO Max documentary. I just watched the documentary on
Jeffrey Dahmer.
No. The Jinx. I watched that one, which is about the dude from New York. What's his name? Robert Durst.
Oh,
crazy. So, yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's a good documentary. The movie, the documentary happened because they did the movie, which is all good things. And the guys who made that movie then did the documentary, which then led to his trial conviction. And then he died after being in prison for like 6 months after being convicted. He had a heart
Mysteriously died, huh?
Yeah. So the dude was old as dirt though too, but yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's an interesting documentary. I haven't watched the movie yet. I might watch that after season 2 of the documentary. But yeah, that's been really good. But we'll see if I'm alive tomorrow. Checking Ken and Ken in the morning.
All right. Well, hey, I am Matt Sports Talking on Twitter, guys. Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube. Hit that like, subscribe button. Thank you for all the comments, guys. Rich, close us out.
All right, man. You can get me on Twitter, Big Rich 8371 on X, Twitter, whatever we're calling it this week, and on Facebook, just my name, Rich Richardson. Definitely appreciate everybody being a part of this thing, and hopefully Dylan, who was with us earlier, enjoys the rest of his vacation because apparently he's still got a trivia contest coming up with me later on. But hey, for everybody that's been a part of this thing, we appreciate it. Till next week here on Open Mic Night, I'm Big Rich. So long, everybody.
Peace.